Hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to this reading vlog in which I managed to, I want to say, read 2 books because I read two half books that I had already started. The books you're about to witness me reading are Iron Flame, Clockwork Princess, and An Abundance of Katherines. I guess that's all for this intro. You're about to watch me read. Maybe I'll make some comments, I don't know, and then I guess I'll see you on the other side. Thank you and enjoy. It's 8 days until Onyx Storm comes out, so I have to finish Iron Flame finally. I have 230 pages left, so it's not gonna happen tonight, but hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. I just had an epiphany. I was preparing my hot water bottle while I was thinking about criticisms I have for Iron Flame so far. One of my criticisms is that Violet is so annoying. Basically, what annoys me so much about her is this whole thing of her being like, why can't Zayden just be honest with me? Why does he want me to ask questions? I don't even know what questions to ask. Girl, that is the point of a question. If you have it, you ask it. That's the point of him telling you to ask questions. As some, like, Zayden also just said that to her. Like, ask the fucking question. Right? All this, you don't get reprimanded for asking a question he doesn't want to answer it. Then I was like, just ask the bloody question, because if you don't ask the question, then you're not gonna know the answer anyway. So don't be afraid of him not answering. What could happen? What's worse than that, right? And then I realized it's just what I like to call the Elio conundrum. And I get that that is a secondary reference because in the book they get it from a different book. But all this is it better to speak or to die? Ooh. And now I don't want to directly draw any ties or connections between Call Me By Your Name and Fourth Wing, but that's all it is. Is it better to speak or to die? And if it concerns Zayden Ryerson, I would say it's better to speak, milady. Just oh my god. Violet. Hello everyone, it is now Tuesday. I managed to read 70 pages of Iron Flame yesterday, which means that for today we have 156 pages left, and then there's the bonus chapter, but I'm not counting that right now. Like, I'll read it, but I'm not counting that into how many pages we have left until I finish the book. Anywho, it is now 11 p.m. So I think maybe we could do this. It'll take me a long time, but I think we can do this. Okay, I have 70 pages left now. I feel like shit is about to go down, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. understand how there's only 30 pages left. How's that 30? Okay, whatever. It's Wednesday, Madhu. So I did indeed finish Iron Flame last night, but then the camera malfunctioned, and so I can update you. You see, I like this world, and I love Xaden, and Bodhi, and Garrick, and Riddick, and Sawyer, and Rhiannon, and a lot of the more minor characters. But I will say that in this one, not so much in Fourth Wing, but in this one, I found Violet to be very annoying. And this is mostly because she is a little hypercritical. She keeps criticizing Xaden for something she does herself. And there's one moment of self-awareness in the whole book, in all 760 pages of it, and then no more. Also, okay, so you can't do half stars on Goodreads, right? So I gave it a full 5 stars on Goodreads, but technically I would say it's a 4.5 because I think this should have been 2 books. Mainly because this is already split into 2 parts, and I think part 2 starts on page 412, which that is already a full book in and of itself, right? And she's already not doing a trilogy. I think it's planned to be 5 books at the moment, so if you're not doing trilogy, you might as well go 6 or 7. And I'm trying to do this without spoilers, but the point where part 1 of Iron Flame ends feels so much like the ending of a 2nd book, because we get like a whole big part of the plot going, and we get a change in setting. And mostly this really reminds me like of where we are, like the point in the story we're at the end of part 1 very much reminds me of where we are at the end of Siege and Storm, which is the 2nd book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So instead of making a 760 page book, you could have made this like 2 500 page books, I think, because also for the first part, and I kept telling that my friends who already have read those 2, I find there were 2 new characters introduced in Iron Flame who always, like, right from the get-go felt very important to the whole story. But I feel like in part 1, where they were introduced, we barely got to know them. It felt like at some point Rebecca remembered, like, oh, I introduced these characters. They actually play a part in the story coming along. So I should probably mention them every now and then until they became important. And I feel like they could have been fleshed out a little more in part 1, to then understand their motivations in part 2 a little more. But that didn't make the story bad or feel incomplete, you know, which is why I didn't really rate it any lower than subtracting half a star. So yeah, now I'm gonna read the little bonus chapter that's in this. It's 20 pages, actually. It's a 4th Wing bonus chapter from Xaden's POV. So I'm gonna read this, and then I'm going to pick out what I read next. And I've already thought this through, so I think I know what it's gonna be, but I'll see you in a little bit. I love Xaden. Here's the plan. Onyx Storm comes out in 6 days, which means I don't want to start a series or continue one that I already have started, but I figured I could finish a series. So I have this stack of books I'm currently reading, technically. Ta-da! Well, this is one of them, at least. So I was thinking maybe I could finish Clockwork Princess. I have, oh god, I thought I had like 150 left. Do I have more left? It's 220 pages. Anyway, here's my story on reading the Infernal Devices. I started Clockwork Angel in 2023, I think, and I had read about 150 pages, and then I was in the mood for something else, so I stopped reading that, and then I picked it back up again a year later, and I finished it, and I loved it so much that I bought books 2 and 3 immediately, read book 2 right away, started book 3 immediately, and then I was in the mood to read something else. So now it's been a while, but I remember it quite well. Oh god, do you want to know when I stopped reading? Okay, spoiler, so if you haven't read it, I'll tell you which time to skip to. I think it was very close to after Jem died. And the problem is, I love Jem and Will so much, but I don't like Tessa. I don't care for Tessa. I find her annoying. So when he died, I was like, well, I think he died. Did he die? I'm like 95% sure he's gone, but he might come back. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, spoiler over. So I think I'm going to do this. I have 6 days. I should be able to read 220 pages in 6 days, right? I know I am capable of doing that. So what I like to do with every book I read is if I find a quote I really like just because of the message or because I think it's extremely beautiful writing, I like to put it in a little quote section. I used to do it in my journal, but I'm gonna start it as like a separate notebook, which I still have to do, but I already have it here. But the time has come for one of those in Clockwork Princess. It says, "Life was an uncertain thing, and there were some moments one wished to remember, to imprint upon one's mind that the memory might be taken out later, like a flower pressed between the pages of a book and admired and recollected anew." Love it. This is it for me for tonight. I read 60 pages of this now, meaning I have 170 left. And I already did everything I have to do for work on Friday, meaning I might be able to finish this tomorrow. So I'm gonna watch some Supernatural. I might be able to finish season 12 tonight still, and maybe start a puzzle. Tea for Troy? No, Gabriella, the tea is for Thursday. I did a little bit of my puzzle today. Let me show you real quick. This is her. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? It is now 9 p.m. I actually have to get up at 7 for work tomorrow, which also means we're not gonna finish this tonight. Oh God. I got water all over my book just now. No! Tessa! That's how she survived. That's how the book survives. Whatever. I'll see you in a bit. Very Jessica Day of me. Big fat spoiler alert, because ich habe ein Hühnchen zu rupfen with Cassandra Clare. Okay? Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. I'm sorry, that's my friend denying me to spoil her. I have to rant about this to someone. Remember how I said I don't like Tessa? So, Clockwork Princess spoilers, saying it again. She gets engaged to Jem, right? And then she gets kidnapped, and then Jem gets really, really sick, and then Will goes after Tessa to find her because Jem asked him to, right? So, Jem dies, Will gets to Tessa, and Tessa finds out that Jem, her fiance, whom she loves so much, died. Tessa cries for hours, and what does she do then? What does she do then? 3 guesses. She sleeps with Will. Huh? Neither Jem nor Will deserve— I'm sorry, I'm not slut-shaming Tessa. She says it, nobody owns her heart, she doesn't even have control of her heart. Fine. Your fiance just died. Your fiance just died, and you sleep with a guy who pushed you away for good reasons, over whom you chose Jem. His best friend. His parabatai. What? What? I don't like her. I don't have words. Right. It's the TikTok town with the, what? That's not fair. I'm an adult. I have to calm down. I'm an adult. No. No. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Replenishing the candle stock. My sister went to IKEA, so she got me some of my candles because I ran out. I used these berry ones. I don't know. It's my favorite scent. It used to be apple, and then they didn't sell the apple anymore. I guess the apple's rotten right to the core. From all the things that's down, from all the apples coming before. Let's talk about Clockwork Princess. Now that I'm in again, I don't understand how I stopped 8 months ago. Because it's so good. Now, throughout the whole entire series, like from book 1 on, I didn't like Tessa. That's fine. Also, while getting into it, at the beginning, I had like some problems of remembering what happened, but then, you know, they jogged my memory real quick, and I'm like, I feel like I remember everything I need to now. The thing I thought would happen, happened, and that makes everything worse concerning the little rant before this, about Clockwork Princess. Like, what the heck? I'm confused as to what they're gonna do now. But yeah, I find it to be a real joy to read, and now I feel like I have to read Mortal Instruments. The thing about that being that I have read the first book in German, and then I started the second, and I also have, like, I have books one, let me get them right. I have books 1 through 3 in German, and I even like these editions a lot. Like, I find them very beautiful. They're like these more sturdy paperbacks. The problem is I don't really enjoy reading in German as much as I do in English. So, oh, Jesus Christ, that's over 700 pages as well. But then I also keep seeing, you know, the incest line, and I kind of want to experience that myself. But I don't know if I just love the story enough. If I just love the story, or if I really, really like Cassandra Clare's writing style. That's what I was trying to say. But just the appeal of having the whole, like, universe with these spines up on a shelf, which I don't have. I don't have any shelf space left. The thought is very beautiful to me. Then I would have to, like, invest so much money, because that's a lot of books. So, yeah, don't quite know what to do there. But that's it so far. I have about 100 pages of Clockwork Princess left now. So the goal is to finish that tonight. It is, however, almost 3 a.m. And as I said, I'm a slow reader, as in the time it takes me to get through a single page. So we'll see if that works. I'm also tired, so logically I should just go to bed, but knowing me, that's just not what's happening. Please say hi to Wilson in the back there, little golden retriever. It is also now officially 3 a.m. We'll see how this goes. So, guy just kissed the girl. She just goes, 5, she said. Her lips and cheeks were flushed, but her gaze was steady. 5, he echoed blankly. My rating, she said, and smiled at him. Your skill and technique may perhaps require work, but the native talent is certainly there. What you require is practice. And you're willing to be my tutor? I should be very insulted if you chose another, she said, and leaned up to kiss him again. The camera is once again malfunctioning, so we're going with the phone. I actually didn't finish this last night. I read 50 pages last night. Now I have 50 pages left. So that's the last chapter and then the epilogue. I feel like I've begged my best friend 5 times now to start reading this, which is crazy because she's the one who basically forced me to start reading this. And she has all 3 books at home. She has like special edition of the first one because she loved it so much. She just hasn't gotten to reading it yet. And it pains me. This starts with the ascension of one of the characters. So somebody's gonna become a shadow hunter now. And I was thinking about this last night. Basically, the only issue I have with these books is that I like every character better than the main character. Like, everyone is better than Tessa, more interesting than Tessa, less annoying than Tessa. Because I was trying to check like some internalized misogyny here, which I don't think is really strong for me because I just couldn't get myself to like Tessa. But I literally love every other female character in these books. I just don't like Tessa. the guy gets her the book that they always talked about. What she told him, she always thought he was one character of the book and thought about him as that character in the book. And he puts it like in front of her door and knocks, goes away. She opens the door and there's the book. And she thinks it's an odd present because there's a copy of the book in the library. Tessa, Jesus Christ. You can't be married, Cecily. You're only 15. When I get married, I'll be 18, an adult. Okay. Okay, just the epilogue left now. I feel like this kind of felt, the last chapter kind of felt like first epilogue, and now we're gonna have a second epilogue, almost. 2008? Excuse me? This played in the 1800s. 2008? It's finished. I almost cried in the end there, but I didn't. It was really sad, but it's fine. I think I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I don't remember what I gave the first 2. It might have been 3 or 4 stars as well. It's not entirely 5, but this was good. And now I'm rethinking again if I have to read modern instruments after all. Maybe I'll check if it's on unlimited. Give me a second. Hold on. It is in fact not on unlimited. That is sad. It's Saturday now and we get Onyx Storm on Tuesday. Or well, I'm going to the bookstore on Tuesday and hope that there's still a copy left by the time I get there. But then obviously Onyx Storm has priority. So I'm not quite sure on what to read next. So overall, a very enjoyable series. As I said, I do not like Tessa, but Will and Jem totally make up for it. So if you should read this series, I'd say. I'll make dinner now. I'll see you soon, and then I'll have decided what I'll read next. Hello, dear fellow, and how do you do? A choice has been made. I picked An Abundance of Katherines by John Green. I have started this once before, but I think I just really wasn't in the mood for it. Now, the goal when picking the next book was that ideally I could finish it by Tuesday, so I wouldn't have to interrupt the book to read Onyx Storm, because that is the priority. But this one has 225 pages if you include the appendix, which, let's see if I read that. So if you exclude the appendix, we have 213 pages, and I think that could be done. Now I don't have that much time anymore now. It's my dad's birthday in 50 minutes, so I have about 30 minutes maybe to start reading, and then we're gonna have cake at midnight, and then we're watching the new Gladiator. I think we could get about a chapter maybe, because you know me by now, slow reader.
They have a German word in here, so his best friend calls him Sitzpinkler. Then there's a footnote that says a German word slang for a wimp that literally means a man who sits to pee. Those wacky Germans, they've got a word for everything. We do. I actually do. It's a 1:45 I read the first 20 pages. It's actually really short chapters. That was like 3 chapters already. So An Abundance of Katherines is about Colin, who's constantly dating Katherines and is constantly getting dumped by them, and he has now been dumped by the 19th Katherine. So now he goes on a road trip with his best friend to get over her, and at the same time he's gonna want to prove the theorem of underlying Katherine predictability, to predict the future of any relationship ever in the whole wide world, and to finally get him a girlfriend. So far it's been really funny. So Green uses these little footnotes to sort of elaborate on tiny parts of the story, which I find really funny. And they've just left for that road trip, so I'm not really into the story yet, but I think it's gonna be quite fun. And that's it for me for now. I'll see you later. Colin, the main character, he's like Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds. He was about to like give a fun fact, like give a fact about something, and his best friend interrupted him, just like everybody does Spencer. But then he explains it in the footnotes. Glorious. If there's one thing John Green loves, it's a good Venn diagram. On an ordinary Sunday. I didn't hit the note there. It is Sunday night. I have not had much time to read yet because, as I told you yesterday, it was my dad's birthday. Now, as we know, I have to finish this book tomorrow, i.e. on Monday, because y'all know what it is. Onyx Storm comes out in T-minus 1 days? 2 days? On Tuesday. I'm not here to do math. So I didn't have much time to read today. And tomorrow my friend is probably gonna come over and we're gonna watch a movie. And I kind of didn't realize this would take away reading time and that I would have to plan for this in advance. So, despite it being late and me probably, you know, being better advised to go to bed, we're gonna read a little bit more. Now, the goal is for tonight to crack the 100-page mark. That would be 17 pages. So if I finish the chapter I'm currently reading, I'll be on page 95. Meaning we wouldn't crack the 100-page mark. And the chapter after that would be... I'm really not here to do math. 12 pages? So we might be doing 2 chapters. We might only be finishing this chapter now. We'll just see how this goes. And how fast my brain wants to comprehend information right now. Shout out to the characters in this book for calling out toxic book boyfriends who want to kill anybody who touches their girl.
it's like the main guy, Colin, and his latest, Catherine, used to say crazy cakes to each other. Like, he missed her like crazy cakes. That reminds me of, and I didn't read the book, but I watched the movie because my friend basically forced me to, The Hating Game. Didn't he call her Strawberry Shortcake? Not good, I fear. I'm actually gonna stop in the middle of a chapter, but we had a paragraph break. I have reached the 100-page mark. I am now on page 101, which leaves me 113 pages to finish tomorrow. And even if I shouldn't manage all that, then I'll just be like a few more pages on Tuesday, aka Onyx Storm Day. I'll never stop saying that. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, hopefully wake up refreshed tomorrow, and then I can maybe finish this. You know how in Spider-Man Far From Home they mentioned the Black Dahlia murder, and that's why Peter gets MJ the Black Dahlia necklace in Venice? That murder has just been mentioned in this book, and I never looked it up after the movie. I never looked into it, but I guess found me, so that's fun. Last 25 pages. That concludes An Abundance of Katherines. I think this is like an average 3 stars. Surely for most people this would be done within a day. It took me a bit longer than that, but that's fine. There was a lot of math in it, but I mostly just ignored it and took it for a fact because I can't do math, as we have noticed a couple times in here. So yeah, it was nice to read, but I won't be like thinking about it continuously. Like, it didn't blow me away to rate it any more than 3 stars, I would say. Oh, I also didn't read the appendix where all the math is explained. I'm so sorry, but I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, I guess I'm all ready for, you know it, Onyx Storm. And I guess that's the end of this video. I'm pretty happy with the books I picked. I hope you had fun. If you read any of these books, please tell me in the comments what you thought about them. If you like my content, you can like and subscribe. I have an Onyx Storm reading vlog coming up that will include spoilers, and I hope you had so much fun. I know I did, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day. If I had to recommend a book, I'm gonna recommend Iron Flame today because that's the series I'm currently reading. So obviously I'm gonna recommend that. Also, you know, Zayden is my man, so stay away from him. Finger weg von Gideon, ist das klar? Anywho, that's it for me. Bye bye. I'm not gonna repeat myself and tell you what to do. You already know it. I would never tell you what to do. That's so not me. You're totally an autonomous person who can decide what they want to do with their life and their YouTube subscriptions. Bye!